everyone, I'm Ashley. Welcome back to the Triple English YouTube channel. Today, our topic is family. In this video, you will learn the key vocabulary for speaking about your immediate and extended family members. Even if you already know the vocabulary words for family members, this video will still be very helpful for you. How, you ask? Because I will be sharing expressions and different ways to talk about your family, just like a native speaker. Okay, are you ready? Let's get started. Family is a very popular topic in communication, especially when you've just met someone and want to learn more about them. You can tell a lot about a person by understanding the environment they grew up in and the importance of family in their life. Talking about family is usually a safe topic, and generally, people are quite open to answering questions about it. Unless you are one of those people who must know about someone's salary, religion, and political interests after just meeting them. Just kidding. Please don't discuss someone's salary, religion, or political interest after just meeting them. It's a big no-no. Okay, so back to family, the safe topic. Let's start with a couple common questions. The first question is, how many people are there in your family? To answer that question, you would say, there are people in my family. For example, there are 4 people in my family. Another way to ask this question is, how many people do you have in your family? And you would answer, I have people in my family. For example, I have 5 people in my family. Good job. Now we can practice the vocabulary for family members. So, throughout the video, we will be looking at this infographic, which is called a family tree. It will help you remember the words more easily. Okay, so you're here. And this is your mother, and here is your father. Pay attention to the sound the in these 2 words. I often hear you say mother or father, but the correct pronunciation is mother and father. Repeat once again. Mother, father. Also, when you want to refer to both your mother and your father, you call them your parents. For example, in the sentence, both his mother and father are young, could be changed to, both of his parents are young. And here's another tip. We don't usually use the words mother or father in casual conversation, as they are quite formal and serious. Can you guess what the alternatives for these 2 words are? Yes, it's mom and dad. For example, my mother is a nurse and she works in a hospital. This is formal. My mom is a nurse and she works in a hospital. This is informal. You will notice the word mom being used in American films more frequently than mother. This is because it is an endearing term and more natural. For example, maybe you will hear a kid asking his mom where one of his t-shirts is. In this case, he would be saying something like, "Mom, have you seen my t-shirt? I can't find it." To be honest, that was a question I used to ask my mom when I was younger, every day. So lastly, there are other forms of the words mom and dad, which are mommy and daddy. But usually children under the age of 5 will address their parents this way. Okay, let's talk about the next family members, brother and sister. They are here in the family tree. To talk about those born before you, add older in front of brother or sister. Older brother. Older sister. I have 2 older brothers. One is married and living in Ho Chi Minh City. One is studying in university. My older sister is a teacher, and she is living in Canada with her husband. You will also see elder. Elder has the same meaning as older, but native speakers rarely use the word. Older is preferred. But there is a quick note for you to use these 2 words in communication. Bear in mind that you will always use elder with to and older with than. For example, he is 2 years elder to me, and he is 2 years older than me. Try not to use the reverse, elder than and older to. So to talk about those born after you, what do you need to add? The opposite of older is younger. Younger brother and younger sister. To mention those born first, add oldest. When saying quickly, we will usually not pronounce T. My oldest sister has just completed her master's course. My parents are very proud of her. And if you have younger siblings who were born last, then say youngest sister or youngest brother. Lynn is my youngest sister. She is 5 years old and very cute. There is another word to describe younger or youngest, which is little. My little brother or my little sister. And if your brother or sister are under the age of 3, you can use baby instead of youngest. Sometimes you can use baby as a way to show your love in a joking manner. For example, my baby brother is now 30 years old, but he is still a kid to me. These 3 words are equally used, so you can use whichever you prefer. My youngest brother is in high school, or my little brother is in high school. When talking about both your brothers and sisters, generally you use the word sibling. Sibling is a gender-neutral word. You can say, I have 3 siblings, 2 brothers and a sister. She has 4 brothers and is the youngest sibling in the family. We've just talked about your immediate family, which includes your parents and your siblings. Now let's talk about your extended family. When your siblings are getting married, your brother's wife is sister-in-law. Your sister's husband is, yes, brother-in-law. And when your siblings have children, if the kids are male, you call them nephew. Plural is nephews. Also, if they are female, call them niece. Plural is nieces. Let's take a look at some examples. My nephew is a smart kid. I have twin nieces. They are both beautiful and lovely. Now let's move on to the older generation. So what do we call the parents of our parents? Right, they are called grandmother and grandfather. And they are here on the family tree. But grandmother and grandfather are quite long. In English, we don't really use these terms often. Instead, you will hear words like grandma for grandmother and grandpa for grandfather. We don't really say the D. We say grandma and grandpa. English communication does not distinguish your mother's or father's side like Vietnamese. For example, my grandmother or grandma will come and stay with my family this summer. My grandfather or my grandpa has a warm heart. He loves us so much. If you want to ask whether he or she is on your mother's or father's side, you can ask, which grandmother? If he or she is on your father's side, you will hear paternal. For your mother's side, you will hear maternal. Paternal grandmother or maternal grandmother. According to Latin, pater means the father, mater means the mother. They are nearly the same, so it's easy to remember, right? But for casual conversation, native English speakers would simply say, on my dad's side, instead of saying paternal, or on my mom's side, instead of saying maternal. For your grandparents, you are their grandchild. The plural is grandchildren. For example, my grandchildren are living in Da Nang. Dave has 3 grandchildren, 1 boy and 2 girls. Unlike Vietnamese, English native speakers do not distinguish whether their grandchild is their sons or their daughters. So if you wanted to know more, you would ask, which grandchild or which grandchildren? Then they would explain more. Like, this is my daughter's kid, or this is my son's kid. You have siblings, and so do your parents. If your parents have a brother, what would you call them? Exactly, uncle. And if your parents have a sister, that woman is your aunt. Here they are on the family tree. When they get married, you will call your uncle's wife aunt or aunt-in-law, and your aunt's husband is uncle or uncle-in-law. So what do Americans call their uncles? They will add names after uncle. For example, Uncle Tom or Uncle Dave. Similar to aunt, they call them Aunt Lisa or Aunt Marie. I know that Vietnamese people have many words to distinguish between family members, but it is much simpler in English. So when you want to know more about the relationships, use some of the following sentences. How is she related to you? How are they related to you? And then they will explain further to you, such as, she is my mom's sister. They are my dad's brothers. We are sisters. Or simply, we're related. And when your uncles and aunts have children, your relationship with their children can be described as cousins. Again, English does not distinguish whether he or she is the kid of your mother's sister or your father's sister. All of them are referred to as cousin. If the cousin is male, say boy cousin. If the cousin is female, say girl cousin. I have a cousin who lives in California. So I will say, my cousin lives in California. It's quite far from here, so we don't see each other much. I have a beautiful cousin who doesn't have a boyfriend yet. Maybe I can introduce you to her. Okay, so you've learned quite a lot of vocabulary about family members, both immediate and extended. I hope after watching this video, you can confidently talk to your foreigner friends and comfortably discuss your family with them. Don't forget to use the 2 important triple English techniques, which are deep listening and catching up, to immediately memorize these words and practice them with the examples I've just shared. To learn more, please click on the link down below in the description section. And now it's your turn. How many people are there in your family? Do you have any memorable moments with your family? Please share them with me in the comments. There are people in my family who must know about someone's salary, religion, and